I quit my $100,000 per year corporate sales job to live and work in Southeast Asia, and it was one of the best things I ever did. If you ever considered quitting your job to travel and live a life with more meaning and purpose, watch this video. So if you're new here, my name's Jamie. I'm a 31-year-old originally from the UK, but I'm currently living here in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City. I left the UK back in January 2025, and a quick backstory to me. I was a personal trainer for many years with my own business for around 5 years or so. Shortly after COVID, in sort of May 2021, I moved into corporate sales, corporate IT, technology sales, largely because I was chasing more money. For most of my life, I've chased money and thought that if I was to get to a certain figure per month, it would bring me fulfillment, happiness, and just give me a more meaningful life, I guess. But after almost 4 years in corporate sales and getting to a point financially that I had always dreamed of, earning six figures, I found emptiness. I found boredom, lack of purpose, lack of meaning. And I remember a specific time where I earned more money than I could have ever imagined in 1 month. And I remember getting the paycheck, and for 3 months prior to that, I had worked my arse off, early morning starts, late night finishes, weekend work to get to my sales target, get above my sales target, so I'd get a bonus, and earning a maximum amount of money possible. Along the way, neglecting family, neglecting friends, my ex-relationship, all to get more money. And then I got to that point, and there was a quick hit of dopamine where I was looking at that pay and I was like, oh, this is good. And then it instantly turned to emptiness. And I thought, is this it? This is what I had been chasing my whole life. And then you get to that point and you're just like, what's the point? What is the point in all this? I'm giving up all my time, I'm giving up all my energy, I'm giving up all my mental capacity, to the point where I was like a shadow of who I am and wasn't really present with any of the loved ones around me, just to earn money for myself and to make more money for the company I was at. It was at that point that I really decided wealth and all these chasing products and fancy things is never going to bring fulfillment and happiness. And don't get me wrong, money is important, and I think it's the same from Wolf of Wall Street, where you'd rather be happy and rich than poor. But in essence, if you have too little money, you're not going to be happy, but just having money isn't going to bring you happiness. And that was definitely where I got to. I think it's trying to get a balance of earning enough to make a living and to live comfortably and be able to do the things you want to do, but with passion and meaning and doing what you really want behind it. For me, it's really about finding what sets you alight, finding and knowing what your passions are, knowing that what I'm doing is meaningful and can help people, and making money behind that as well is obviously the pinnacle. Working in corporate sales, there was just the office politics, the sucking up to people, endless chasing targets, doing work that I found incredibly boring, no meaning behind it. But I could never just get on board with it. Like, I knew there was something better and more meaningful for me out there. And at the start of 2025, I decided this isn't how I'm going to live my life. I realised I was living my life for someone else, the company, the boss, and not for me. The lack of meaning, the emptiness I felt inside. It got to a point where enough was enough. And I don't know about you, but like, corporate jobs just sucked the life and creativity out of me. They're designed to kind of, every day is the same. You just kind of, the status quo, everyone falling in line, doing the same thing. And I just couldn't do it. So I walked away. I traded the £80,000 salary for a life of more uncertainty, but also freedom, more adventure, and the chance to build something truly meaningful. And in many ways, it's funny because this year has been the best year of my life, but it's also brought with it some of the most challenging moments that have been very difficult to overcome at times. And I think that comes with choosing to lead an unconventional life. When you go after more adventure, when you go after more purpose, there's always more challenges, and I've definitely felt that this year. But despite it all, I've met some incredible people, I've made some incredible memories, seen some incredible things, and with the work I do, the more laid-back lifestyle I'm able to lead, I do truly feel that I'm living a much more aligned life to who I am. And through it all, I feel alive and I feel free, which is the most important thing, because I felt like a slave back in the UK and in working in corporate. Through it all, I'm very grateful for the experiences that I had in the UK and the opportunities that are presented to us as Westerners. But ultimately, we're all different as individuals, and for me, that life just never sat right with me. It never felt like it was where I should be. And although I was grateful for being able to work in the UK and a living, it just wasn't the right place for me. Who knows, in the future I may return, but at that point in time, I made the right decision to leave and to come out here and live, travel, explore new places and build passion projects. So I guess my call to action to you, if you're stuck chasing money, thinking it will make you happy, what are you really chasing? Because I know for me, it wasn't money, it was freedom, and I don't regret it for a second. But let me know your thoughts. If you've ever thought about quitting the corporate world to travel or build a business or pursue your passions, or maybe you're considering doing something similar to me, let me know down in the comments below. I'd be really interested to hear your stories and perspectives. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next one.